Alright, I'm on page 21. Soon the cameras were rolling in the front of the living room fireplace, with Cobble in his crisp blue suit and Maury in his shaggy gray sweater. He had refused fancy clothes or makeup for this interview. His philosophy was that death should not be embarrassing. It was not about to powder its nose. Because Maury sat in the wheelchair, the camera never saw his withered legs. And because he was still able to move his hands, Maury always spoke with both hands waving. He showed great passion when explaining how you face the end of life. "Ted," he said, "when all this started, I asked myself, am I going to withdraw from this world like most people do, or am I going to live? I decided I'm going to live. Or at least try to live the way I want. With dignity, with courage, with humor, with composure. There are some mornings when I wake up, when I cry and mourn myself. Some mornings I'm so angry and bitter, it doesn't last too long. Then I get up and I say, I want to live." So far, I've been able to do it. Will I be able to continue? I don't know. But I'm betting on myself that I will. Cobble seemed extremely taken with Maury. He asked about the humility that death induced. "Well, Fred," Maury said accidentally, then he quickly corrected himself. "I mean Ted." "Now that's inducing humility," Cobble laughed. The two men spoke about the afterlife. They spoke about Maury's increasing dependency on other people. He already needed help eating and sitting and moving from place to place. What, Cobble asked, did Maury dread the most about his slow, insidious decay? Maury paused. He asked if he could say this certain thing on television. Cobble said, "Go ahead." Maury looked straight into the eyes of the most famous interviewer in America, and he said, "Well, Ted, one day soon, someone's going to have to wipe my ass." The program aired on a Friday night. He began with Ted Cobble from behind the desk in Washington, his voice booming with authority. "Who is Maury Schwartz?" he said. "And why, by the end of the night, are so many of you going to care about him?" 1,000 miles away, in my house on the hill, I was casually flipping through the channels. I heard these words from the TV set. "Who is Maury Schwartz?" and went numb. Alright, now we're going to a flashback in the audiovisual. It is our first class together in the spring of 1976. I enter Maury's large office and notice the seemingly countless books that line the wall shelf after shelf. Books on sociology, philosophy, religion. There's a large rug on the hardwood floor and a window that looks out on the campus walk. Only a dozen or so students are there, fumbling with notebooks and syllabi. Most of them wear jeans and earth shoes and plaited flannel shirts. I tell myself it will not be easy to cut a class that's this small. Maybe I shouldn't take it. "Mitchell," Maury says, reading from the attendance list. I raise a hand. "Do you prefer Mitch, or is Mitchell better?" I've never been asked this by a teacher. I do a double take at this guy in this yellow turtleneck and green corduroy pants, the silver hair that falls on his forehead. He's smiling. "Mitch," I say. "Mitch is what my friends call me." "Well, Mitch it is, then," Maury says, as if closing the deal. "And Mitch." "Yeah? Hope that one day you will think of me as your friend." Alright, stopping right here, and we're going to be starting back with the orientation on page 26.